Alright, it's August 22nd, 2017. We're here on the corner of Furman Street and Blaisdell in Rockford, Illinois. Rockford is rated the most dangerous city in America, under 200,000. I'm going to show you why. This is, I believe it's Church School, and it's looked this way in this neighborhood for the past, 30 years. At one point it was sold to a minister in town who was politically connected, and he had big plans to fix it up and whatnot, but as you can see, it never happened. Now I'm pointing this out because this is the worst, one of the worst neighborhoods in Rockford. I think it's probably the worst street in Rockford, perhaps, Blaisdell. And funny connection with the ministers, that there are ministers that are politically connected in town, and this seems to be one of them. So my point of pointing out this property here is that it's intentional that this neighborhood is being depressed. Alright? There's a reason why this neighborhood has degraded and property values depressed and forced down, because the cocaine that has been trafficked in this neighborhood is also intentional. And you're going to notice that there seems to be a connection with the real estate cartel in town also, because it doesn't make sense that they would keep quiet with all the things going on that they, I'm sure, know about, and I know some of them are complicit with, but I can prove why they would allow such criminal behavior to go on in their town. But the real estate people are financed by the bankers, and the bankers, I'm sorry, just look it up on Google, the bankers all over this country are all money launderers, or not all, I shouldn't say all of them. Most of the big ones on Wall Street are, and you can look up their records. Some of the local ones here are not, so I won't say all of them. But one of the points here is that this property doesn't bring in any taxes. No real estate taxes has probably been paid on this property for 30 years. But all the services and the utilities and whatnot that need to be maintained in the street, the gutters, the sewers, the water lines, everything still has to be maintained, and you have no income coming in, no tax, no taxes coming in from this property. So that this property can sit vacant, the rest of us have to pay more and more and more to keep the upkeep, maintenance of all these city services and these city infrastructure that needs to be maintained. So, when you look at this, you say, why aren't the people in the city of Rockford onto this? Why aren't they, figuring out a way to get this property back into the tax rolls? Well, as we drive up Bladell Street, you'll see that this is a pattern in Rockford. And the reason Bladell Street looks the way it does is because of the cocaine trafficking by the political machine. Now, I've since learned that not only the Democratic machine who runs the street level operations, but the bankers are mainly Republicans. So the Democratic machine is not just a Democratic machine. The Republicans like to stay behind the scenes, kind of behind the curtains a little bit more, but they are complicit also. So we're going to drive up Bladell Street, and you're going to notice all the vacancies. All these vacancies are created by the quote-unquote drug war. And as Catherine Austin Fitz has pointed out in her website, solari.com, HUD, which is the ones that will come back through here and build houses. There's a former crack house right there. There's a former crack house right there, vacancy. You'll notice there's no realtor signs along the street, alright? Why are there no realtor for sale signs? It looks like people want to sell in this neighborhood, and yet there are no for sale signs. And the reason for that is that I called up a realtor a couple months ago to see if I could sell my property. I bought it for $20,000. The person I bought it from bought it for $10,000 from me. It was a church person who was just trying to help me. And so they doubled their money on it, sold it to me, bought it for 10, sold it to me for 20. I put $15,000 into it, plus a lot of sweat equity, labor, and so I got 20 into it, or actually I should say I owe 20. I still owe 20 because the terms that I was offered was 12% interest forever. I've since gotten out from under that, but doesn't change the fact that when I talk to the real estate people, see some more vacant lots. Each one of these lots is worth $250,000 when HUD comes back through with their local crony capitalists and build housing that's financed through HUD, and then they can pay all their contractors exorbitant amounts of money. So as you'll see here, we've got a house with an X on it. See, that's going to be torn down. The house that sat here was an alleged sex club. Looked like it was politically connected, a sex club for kids. See, the neighborhood kids all come over there, and the lady of the house, she allows, according to what the people were saying here in the neighborhood, she would allow the kids to have sex. And when you know, everybody in the neighborhood complained constantly for a couple of years. Well, finally they did kick her out, or whatever happened. She was Section 8, so she was getting government money, and so she was politically connected. And when she moved, they tore the house down, because that's how you eliminate the evidence of a sex club that's run by politicians and their crony agents. So this lady here has a beautiful house, but she can't sell it, because what I found out from the realtors is that this house here that I put $15,000 into, that I still owe 20 on, that it was financed $20,000 forever, because there was no ending term to the terms. I'm told by the real estate people I can only sell it for $14,000. No property in this neighborhood can be sold for any more than $14,000. That's why driving up and down this street, we saw no real estate signs. So I'm going to take a look inside here and see what's going on. The guy moved out. His name was Omar Ibrahim Martinez. He owned a roofing company. That's why I rented to him, was because he had a roofing company. And the last time I talked to him was about 3 weeks ago, when he told me that he was going to finish up the roof over here, which I was cited for. Oh, let me grab... Hold on, let me grab my notes. I actually took notes this time. They must have disappeared. They disappeared already. Okay, we'll go without notes. Somehow my notes disappeared. So anyway, this is how he left it. See, this is roofing material here. Like I say, last time I talked to him, he was all gung-ho about putting the... he shook my hand, said he was going to put it on the next couple of days. So, I'm not sure what happened in the meantime, but... don't know what happened in the meantime, but he moved out like next day or whatever. So, then I found out also, I guess in the past... I don't know, several months, that the lady next door here, Mary, who was constantly harassing me about these people, telling me that the boy is over here knocking out the spindles, which I got cited for the city of Rockford, just all kinds of crazy stuff constantly. Well, she's related to them. By marriage, they are related. So, as you can see back here, Omar Ibrahim Martinez never put up the gutter that is in the garage to be put up. They left all kinds of garbage back here, as you can see. Why they would do that is because this is Rockford is a sanctuary city, and these people are used as political pawns. I don't know if you would do this naturally, perhaps not, but it's a sanctuary city, and these people are used as political pawns. See, he left all kinds of garbage in here. Here's the stuff. Here's the gutter that he had for a couple of months. He'd already been compensated because he's been stiffing me on the rent, see? So that never works, but you got to offer it in case they might actually follow through. And Omar actually did follow through. He did put the roof, he put the shingles on. But the thing that I was cited for wasn't the shingles, it was the gutter. So you can see how, you know, he did put the shingles on, but he never did put the gutter on, which is the thing I was cited for. So we're going to go in the building here for the first time and just see what kind of damage they've done. Oh, I got the bar on there. See, there's just all kinds of garbage laying all over the place. I'm going to mow the lawn today and get this cleaned up. These people across the street are awesome. They're Mexican Americans, and they are awesome people. So here we are inside. Right up here is where they had poured acid in the drains, and it looks like it's going to have to be worked on some more. So let's see what they did. They absolutely destroyed the oven, left a bunch of mess for me. See how they broke the knob here? They absolutely ripped this apart. Ripped the veneer right off the cabinet. See, that's something, these are classic old cabinets, and they do that intentionally because the rest of them in here are absolutely pristine. Look at the garbage they left here. Old garbage. I mean, this is just, you know, it's what they're paid to do, make a mess for me. And then I've got to come back and fix everything and then rent it out to the next people that are going to be paid by the cartel to do some more damage. Looks like the lights are turned off. See, all this woodwork in here has all been refinished. All these windows, fixed all the windows so they all open properly. Refinished all the windows. See how they're all nicely refinished. Did all that work, make this place nice. In a neighborhood that he scratched the floor all up. Look at all, they scratched the floor all up. This floor was all totally refinished, totally beautiful. And they've absolutely scratched it up. So they're paid to do that. The stairs, before they moved in, I just refinished everything. As you can see, there's no respect for anything. It's just all messed up. Dirt everywhere. Floor scratched up. Doorknob missing. See, they just ripped the doorknob right off the wall. Floor is all scratched up here. Walls. When I bought this place, these walls were all cracked up. I had to fix every surface in this place. You mesh tape it, and you got to put drywall compound over it. Yep, everything's all shut down here. No electricity. Just rip the knob. See, just rip the knobs. Just break them right off. See how you just break that knob right off. All just broken off. Like you took something and hit it with a hammer to break that off. See those brand new knobs I'd had on there? All they did was broke them completely off. See? Again, break the wood on the door, steal the doorknob. Here's the back porch. Leave a bunch of garbage. Leave a mess. The mess isn't as bad as it could be. The floors are all scratched up. That's troublesome. That's damage. And the bathroom you can't get into because it's probably completely messed up. Who knows? Okay, here's the bathroom. Now look at this. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on here, but I guess water damage. So here's the bathroom. Oh boy, yeah, look at that. They're not using the window properly. You need some ventilation in here when you take a shower. See, there's something wrong with people that don't take care of the place. So, okay, let's see. Did I miss anything yet? See, I was hoping this property could be sold for maybe $45,000. You know, in a decent neighborhood, this property would be worth $75,000. This is a horrible neighborhood, obviously, because it's been targeted by the cocaine cartel in Rockford, which run the political show. And, yeah, see, they left all kinds of garbage for me to clean out. Now, down here, they jostled a pipe somehow. I don't know. They jostled the pipe. They put acid in the drain. And they did something to cause a leak upstairs also. So, I'm not sure what's going on there, but some kind of problem they created there too. So there's where the acid was. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of work in here to do yet. I'm going to try to get this property sold. But as you can see, you're dealing with a never-ending supply of people that'll come and damage my property. Commissioned to do it by the local cartel, and I'm a target because I helped start a weekly newspaper to fight back against being a target when I was profiled apparently at 17 and lured into my first real estate scam that seems to be consistent with the bait and switch, where the bait is buy this property, this, that, and the other thing is going to happen, and then the people who make the deal with you change everything after you've already made the deal. So, alright, well, that's as good as it gets today. Hope I made some sense, and I hope you realize just how important stuff like this is, because it's going to go on in your neighborhood if it's not already. These people act with impunity. They are protected. They're not protected by the street cops. The street cops are the good guys. They're protected by the administrative types and the management of the police department, the political offices, where you don't get promoted unless you're a sociopath into those positions. So this is created by a very, very horrible situation where the politicians and their crack trafficking networks are protected, and the cocaine drug trafficking networks of the politicians are also connected to the sex clubs. Alright? I've even heard people tell me that these sex clubs are all over town, not just the worst neighborhoods, but the good neighborhoods too, where your kids will be invited to these sex clubs and they'll be groomed for future political positions. And not just political positions, but other positions of the cartel. So what's going on here in Rockford on this street in Bladell is going on in varying degrees in every big city in the country. And you might want to be aware of what's going on, so I thought I'd point that out. All right, see you later.